What is up, YouTube? It's your boy One Punch Gaming, and I am back again. And today I'm going to show you guys my feats. I really want to make this quick. You can just go ahead and copy a few feats and shit. I'll go over the powers also of why I chose the powers I chose. But basically, there you go. I just have 1 into that, 3 into that, 3 into that, 3 into this, and then 3 into that one because your deflection chance. 6% more encounter damage, 9% to foes not targeting you, increases the amount of damage dexterity gives you, and then just 1 into your action point gain. And then here's where things get a little complicated. Okay, I have, as you can see, I'm just going over to basically the first bottom 4 is what I have, and then I have the second row, one in the second row, then I have these. Okay, but you don't need this. Okay, you do not need your range powers have a 30% shorter cooldown. Why did I choose that? Just because. Okay, I will end up changing this in the future, but if you want to go pure DPS, here's what you want to do. You want to spec into this. Why? 10% less critical chance, 50% more critical severity. If you don't know what that means, it means whenever you hit a 20k, instead of hitting a 20k crit, you'll hit a 40k crit. So yeah, you probably want that shit. Okay, so basically what you want to do is you want to take all 5 out of this and put it into Fluid Hunter. Then you want to take 4 out of this one, which is while in range stance you gain more quick chance. You want to take 4 out of that, and then you want to put it into that. So you have 4 out of 5, and you can go ahead and take 1 out of this or 1 out of that, whichever one you prefer, and put the 5th one into there because that is pure DPS. Okay, for the powers, why I chose certain powers. First off, I have Thrown Ward because whenever you pop the move, it says it affects multiple targets, and it also does damage over time. Well, a lot of people would probably want Constricting Arrow. This does not do damage over time. It literally just does one, just like one burst damage basically. While this move does damage over time, so it's much better in my opinion. Now, I can go ahead and go with Aspect of the Pack and the Serpent. I have on, I believe, yeah, Seeker's Vengeance, just because. I guess it really depends on what you're running. When you strike from behind, your attacks deal more damage. It really just depends on what you're running, because if you're fighting like a big fucking boss, you can easily go behind him and do more damage. It really just depends on you. Okay, so I chose Stone Ward for that reason, because it does damage over time and it's supposed to hit multiple enemies. I have not seen it hit multiple enemies, but regardless, it does do damage over time. Okay, whenever you put this on someone, you do more damage, and this also does damage over time. So yeah, there you go. I mean, just damage over time. And then I believe I have, yeah, this, the reason that I have this, first off, massive damage, massive AoE damage. That's a burst attack, and it also rounds up the enemy. So if you're soloing anything, you can actually shoot this in the air at them, and it'll just round them up. Like, it'll suck them in, and you can do this up to 3 times. Like, it's one of those moves where you can just do it back to back 3 times. So that's definitely why it's massive. I mean, the crit damage on this is crazy. I'm pretty sure, like, you crit a lot with that move. And then I believe my last power is, yeah, Rain of Arrows. Rain of Arrows is you fire several shots into the air, which rain down the enemies in a small area. This basically does damage over time, I guess. Technically, yeah, damage over time. Really good move. Like I said, this is an AoE single target build. Like, it's kind of like both. I love this build. Probably not going to end up changing it, at least not for a while. And the supercharge I use, if you guys wanted to know, is Seismic Shot, because whenever you fire it, it does do a lot of damage in my opinion, and it hits multiple targets. So yeah, this is all my powers, why I chose these powers and things like that. What could you change out if you wanted to? I guess you can go for Fox's Cunning, because I know I've seen a few loadouts, seen a few builds with this move. Why don't I use it? It does nothing for range damage. Like, you just dodge an attack, and that's not damage. And then for melee, you can just dash in, which I'm like, yeah, I don't need that, so I'm good. You can also use Long Strider Shot. Why don't I use it? Because it's not AoE. But yeah, I guess you can use this if you wanted to. Yeah, so, but this is like more of like a support type thing, I guess. If you're standing at least 30 or whatever radius away from your target, all else get a damage bonus. And yeah, so I don't use that, but you can use that if you would like. I don't, but this is my loadout, guys. I already showed the damage that it does, things like that. I'm just bringing you guys like why I chose these powers and the feats that I use. If you like this video, let me know by leaving a thumbs up. Now I'm really tired, and I think I'm gonna go to bed. Okay, it's your boy One Punch Gaming signing out. Peace.